Hello guys, welcome back. This is Forex weekly forecast for the week starting September 8th through September 12th, Monday to Friday, this for the coming week. And as you already know, for the past couple of weeks I've been quite bearish on the dollar index, and this week will not be so different, and we're going to see that from our analysis. We have a fair value gap here, and we have an inverted fair value gap here, and we've been going to the downside ever since. If you don't know what a fair value gap is, I would expect you to pause this video, go back and watch my previous video, so that this will be a very quick and direct one. I have been really bearish on the dollar index, right? But for the past couple of weeks, this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to like 8 weeks, we've been really trading within a range on the weekly time frame. But basically, I have been bearish. Now, if you look closely, you would find out that these candles on the weekly time frame, they will open, trade up, and then reject badly to the downside. Look at the bodies of all the candles. They are in this range, but the wicks always overlap and they reject most likely and most times during the end of the week. So I am still bearish. This is the sell side I'm targeting on the dollar index. This is my first target, which is low hanging fruit, and then this sell side. I would likely quickly show you what we have on this other side for those watching my videos for the very first time, right? Okay, so let's scroll out to the left hand side of the screen. We have this here, right? We have sell side here, we have sell side here, we have sell side here, and we have here, and we have so many sell side, but these are one of the lowest hanging fruits, so we target that. In the previous weeks, we had a fair value gap here, right? We traded into it, respected it, and we dropped down, yeah. And then after that, we had a fair value gap here while price was going up. As far as we came down and we violated this fair value gap, we automatically turned to an inverted fair value gap. For reference sake, those watching my videos for the very first time, a fair value gap is when we have 3 candles, right? We have candles 1, candles 2, candles 3, and then the middle candle has a gap. The wick of the first candle, which is this, does not overlap the wick of the third candle, so there is a gap between wicks, between the first candle and the third candle. They do not overlap, so there is a gap on the second candle, so we mark that gap with our rectangle tool and extend it to the right. We want to see this fair value gap act as real support or resistance. If price respects it, we expect price to move away to the upside. If it violates it and closes below it, we expect price to come back into the fair value gap and act as resistance and fall down, right? And that's exactly what we've seen here. And then moving down, aside this inverted fair value gap, there is an actual fair value gap. We created a fair value gap using candles 1, candles 2, and candles 3. Between candles 1 and candles 3, there is a gap. The wick of candle 1 and the wick of candle 3, right? There's a gap on this second candle. We extend that to the right, and then we see price coming into it, respecting it properly, and then trading to the downside. Some of you might argue that, okay, we saw price trading above the fair value gap. Yes, it's permissible to see the wicks of the candle trade outside the fair value gap. The wicks in this case, they do the damage, but the bodies stays inside the fair value gap, and then we traded to the downside. So I'm still bearish on the dollar index. This is the lowest hanging fruit to rate this, and then this. And have this in mind, whenever we see price ranging or consolidating for a very long time like this, whenever the expansion is coming, it's usually very, very massive. So in the next coming weeks, I would expect to see big moves to the downside. Daily time frame. So on our daily time frame for the dollar index, we had price. This is a daily fair value gap, right? This is a daily fair value gap here. We saw price trading below, creating a fair value gap here. We saw price coming back, respecting it perfectly, and then moving to the downside. We came down again, created a little fair value gap here. Price traded in with just wicks here and then moved to the downside. But now, over the past couple of weeks, we've been on this range. In fact, on the daily time frame, we can actually call this consolidation because price has been moving sideways, right? Now, I'm still bearish, so I'd expect price to open this coming week, maybe trade up a little and then move to the downside. Here is the first target, second target, and then ultimately the sell side. Now let's move to the next asset, which is euro dollar weekly time frame. So over the past couple of weeks, we've been quite bullish on the euro dollar. We had a fair value gap here on the left hand side of the chart, and then we saw price coming down, respecting it, and then moving away from it, right? Ever since then, we've been seeing higher prices. We had another fair value gap here on a weekly time frame. Let me extend that so you see. And then we saw price coming in. Here's a fair value gap. Candles 1, candles 2, candles 3. We saw price trading into it and then moving away from it. Quickly remove that. And then after that, we saw price going up. There is a volume imbalance here. A fair value gap is different from volume imbalance. I'll quickly show you that on the right hand side of the chart. Here is the volume imbalance. If you want to know what a volume imbalance is, you want to go back to one of the videos I've done in the past. You see how I defined a volume imbalance. But this is still an imbalance. If we respect it, then it acts as a resistance. But once we violate it and close above it, we want to trade into it and respect it perfectly, like the way we've done here, and then move to the upside. These are things that we've put in consideration to know what order flow is, whether we're bullish or we're bearish. So price has been respecting bullish PD arrays all this while, and then that's why we're still bullish until we break down and close below this volume imbalance. I'm still bullish on euro dollar. And then we see recently when price traded to this point, and we've been on a ranging price action for the past couple of weeks. So still, here's my target. I want to see price open this coming weeks, maybe trade down and then explode and take off this buy side. Are we still going to continue this little consolidation we have here, or range? I do not know, but I know that once we break out of it, we're moving to the upside. I'm favoring the upside. Before we go into any other, I want to daily time frame for dollar index. So for our daily time frame, we have been on this range, right? We traded to the downside, we came back to the upside, and then we have a fair value gap here on the daily time frame, right? We have candles 1, candles 2, and candles 3, and then we traded to the downside. As price was coming back, I was expecting price to, if we are going to be bearish, to respect this fair value gap. When I mean respect, the wicks can actually, overlap the fair value gap, but I was never expecting price to close above the fair value gap, and we saw that here. Price closed above the fair value gap, outside the rectangle, outside the box. So once that happens, it simply means our bias is still very much bullish. So we have a fair value gap here, we closed above it. We do not want to see price coming outside to trade and close below this fair value gap anymore. Worst case scenario, we might still be seeing price ranging inside this fair value gap. The wicks might even go outside the fair value gap, but ultimately I would want to see price trade and close outside the fair value gap and then move to the upside. In fact, in this case, it's now an inverted fair value gap because the fair value gap has no longer been respected. Once we close outside it and then we trade back inside it, it becomes an inverted fair value gap, acting as support. And here's our target, buy side. Alright, so for USD CAD, alright, so USD CAD has done the same thing that these other pairs has been doing for a while. It's been on a range for a while, and then I have actually been bearish on USD CAD because I'm expecting lower price movement, right? So this coming week, expecting price to still open and trade up a little and I come back down. I don't want to see price close outside this other block. These two consecutive up close candles, I do not want to see price trade up and close outside them. In fact, I don't want to see price trade above this level. As far as we remain within this level, I'm bearish on USD CAD. On a daily time frame, alright, so on a daily time frame, we had a little fair value gap here. Let me zoom in so you properly. We had a little fair value gap here. We saw price coming into it, respecting it nicely. The wicks do the damage, remember. So we saw the wick going outside, but we saw price coming back down. And then this now acted as an inverted fair value gap. As price was going up, we had a fair value gap candles 1, 2, 3. We're supposed to see price coming back down and then respecting it going back up, but that didn't happen. Instead, we violated it and then came back into it, acting now as resistance. If we see price trading outside this inverted fair value gap, it's totally fine, but we do not want to see price close outside it. Once that happens, we're still very much bearish on USD CAD. Alright, so GBPUSD. On pound dollar weekly time frame, we have been bullish just as well, and then the past couple of weeks we've seen price going up, coming down, respecting fair value gaps. This is a fair value gap, right? Respected. Here's another fair value gap. We respected it, we went up, came back into the fair value gap. We didn't trade below it, respected perfectly with wicks, and then we're going back up again. This time I want to see these low hanging fruits buy side raided before taking out this buy side liquidity. So generally on the weekly time frame, we have seen blueprint signatures to show that order flow is quite bullish on GBPUSD. So until we trade below and close below this fair value gap on the weekly time frame, I am still bullish until we take out this buy side and this buy side. Daily time frame. Alright, for our daily time frame, like I mentioned earlier, we have been on the range. This whole path, price has not left this whole path. So instead, we've been in and out of this whole thing, and then just here we saw price coming down, closing outside, forming a fair value gap here, but we saw price coming. The wicks came just outside the fair value gap, but the body stayed inside the fair value gap. The wicks do the damage, the bodies tell the story. They really do not want you to see this. That's why this is always happening. Once it's always very perfect that the body stays inside the fair value gap, almost everyone will notice that, right? But they do not want you to notice that. They want you to look at the wicks. The wicks actually do the damage, but the bodies tell the story. So whenever you see a fair value gap, check. Even if the wicks do the damage, does the bodies of the fair value gap stay right inside the fair value gap or inside the inverted fair value gap? This right now was a fair value gap when we came down. Coming back up, still a fair value gap, but the moment we closed outside this fair value gap right here, instantly it becomes an inverted fair value gap. It's supposed to be a resistance while coming up, but no, it broke, went to the upside, because on the higher time frame we're bullish. Now it becomes an inverted fair value gap, and we come back down, respected it perfectly, and then we're going back up. So coming this week, I want to see price open, come down a little, and then we'll continue to the upside, take out this buy side, and ultimately this buy side on the weekly time frame. So if you like this video and you watched to this point, I would like you to click the subscribe button, like and comment. If you want me to do commentary on other pairs that you trade every week, I'd like you to comment those pairs on this comment section so that I'll make videos on them subsequently. And until I talk to you next time, I wish you good luck and good trading.